The late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a civil rights activist whose legacy, including his nonviolent approach to racial and social injustices, his superb intellect, his oratorical skills, and words of wisdom, have inspired civil rights activists for decades and will continue to do so as long as there is injustice in the world. Dr. King's leadership, actions, and his profound words remind us even in today's time that our work is not yet finished. I want us all to take a moment to remember our history. Let's go back to August 28, 1955. A 14-year-old African-American male by the name of Emcee was taken out of his grandfather's home in Money, Mississippi, brutally beaten, shot, thrown in the river, and murdered by two adult Caucasian men. Now, here we are, some 50 years later, and we are witnessing a continuation. Today, January 18th, the struggle continues as social justice, equity, and equality before the law continues to be denied. We must remain diligent as we demand justice for Eric Garner. Justice for Eric Garner. Justice for Michael Brown. Tamir Rice. Freddie Gray. Justice for Alton Sterling. Sandra Bland. Botham Jean. Justice for Breonna Taylor. Stephon Clark. Daniel Prude. Justice for George Floyd. Atatiana Jefferson. Walter Wallace Jr., and so many others who have lost their lives by the hands of people sworn to serve and protect. Shannon Griffin informs us that, and I quote, "Speaking out against white supremacy and race-based violence does not make you anti-white, anti-police, right, or left. It makes you pro-justice, pro-Black life, pro-accountability, and pro-racial equality. Caring about the life of another isn't political, it's human," unquote. As a 22-year-old African-American male and college student, it is unfortunate to witness how easy it is for underrepresented citizens to be portrayed as angry. But to tell you the truth, we are hurt and tired of waiting on economic, social, and political justice. And in some ways, it feels like the arc of justice that Dr. King spoke about is bending the opposite way. Ms. Yomichi Alcindor, the keynote speaker for today, spoke on and agreed to a quote from Dr. King that states, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice." She added that, and I quote, "Anyone who is looking for some sort of justice needs to be bending that arc constantly," unquote. Ms. Alcindor, I agree with you. We have to continue to bend the arc of justice, continue to gather together peacefully in a manner that prevents injustices to be overlooked, and we shall not be afraid to speak up until justice is guaranteed. In the words of the late John Lewis, and I quote, "Nothing can stop the power of a committed and determined people to make a difference in our society." When you see something that is not right, not fair, not just, you have to speak up. You have to say something, you have to do something, unquote. Change of which the magnitude Dr. King fought for is not easy, and it may seem uncomfortable. But if we want change, we have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. You see, we've learned in 2020 that the quote from the late Frederick Douglass is still applicable today. And I quote, "If there is no struggle, there is no progress," unquote. Many of us Americans have endured the struggle for too long. Even some have inherited the struggle our ancestors faced many decades ago. But my fellow friends and family, this year, 2021, this is the year of progress. This is the year we make America better than what it has been. This is the year we begin to open up the wounds caused by systemic oppression, race-based violence, economic disparities, understand its roots causes, own it, and begin addressing it. In order for our America to be America, the country we all share, regardless of your ethnicity or community, Supremacy has to become supremacy for all American people. The American dream has to become the dream of all American people. As I close, I want to challenge this generation of young people, and even those before us, to find the beauty in unity. No, we cannot change our yesterday, but we can make an effort to embrace change today. I challenge all of us to continue working together, to restore trust and hope in our communities, to be willing to have our thoughts and beliefs challenged, which is something that takes strong courage and vulnerability. No, I am not suggesting letting go of your beliefs, but instead, let's continue to be curious about what someone else believes. Let's be curious and understand how our actions and words may have an unsettling effect on someone else's feelings. You see, when we do that, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, and to stand up for freedom together. And most importantly, make history together. As the late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, we must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Thank you.